Hello everyone, my name is Mink, and today we'll be talking about a certain map in Phasmophobia. Just real quick, I do want to make a disclaimer that I am not a map designer, nor am I a game developer, so once again, I do this in all my discussion videos. I am taking all this with a grain of salt. Please take all my information with a grain of salt. I, once again, not a map developer or a game developer or a map designer. So please just, don't take any of this out of context or anything like that, because this is my personal opinions, plus a couple of little things from community feedback. But outside of that, this is all my personal opinion. So what map are we talking about? And that map is obviously going to be Point Hope. Yeah, Point Hope, let's go. Point Hope is about, I would say, 7 months old by now. It was released middle of last year in 2024. It's has its issues, but outside of the issues, it is a very unique and stylish map, which I really like. Like, it definitely sets a different tone compared to like the other house maps or the other farmhouses, even Sunny Meadows for that matter. But sadly, the issues on the map make it super unfun for a lot of new players and veterans alike. Issue number one I want to talk about is the map size. In Phasmophobia, there are multiple map sizes. You can either have a small map, a medium map, or a large map. Small maps include like Tanglewood, Willow Street, and Point Hope, funny enough. Medium maps include like the farmhouses, and I think Maple Lodge Campsite as well. And then large maps are obviously prison, high school, Sunny Meadows, stuff like that. Which generally that wouldn't be an issue because you earn less money on all small maps. Tanglewood, Willow, and Point Hope. Like, they're all small maps, you earn less money. No big deal. Like, no controversy there. The controversy starts is what labels a map as a small map, right? Like, what labels this map as a small map? Is it like square foot size of the map? Is it accessibility? Is it how fast you can find the ghost? What makes it a small map? For me personally, I think small maps are about how quickly you find the ghost and how fast you can get out of the house, basically. Like, so for instance, like Tanglewood's a very good example. You can hide in the kitchen, and that ghost, you will be able to find where that ghost comes from in one hunt. Unlike Sunny Meadows, where it could take you 3 to 5 hunts sometimes to find the ghost, especially if it's like in a back corner of the map. It's a big map that could take a while to find it. And for Point Hope, it's kind of like this medium map area, which I think personally Point Hope should be a medium map. Sometimes it takes forever for the ghost to do anything, especially if you're not playing with like no sanity, no evidence, stuff like that. Like, it could take forever for the ghost to do anything. Plus, the audio issues on the floors, like in between floors, could be buggy sometimes. So it sounds like the ghost is below you or above you. If it's, or sometimes you just don't hear it roaming at all. Like, you probably like hear a Pulte throw on the floor above you, but you don't know it's there because you can't hear it. But just ignore everything that I've just said, because that's not even the reason why I think this map should be a medium map or even a large map. This is the real reason. I'm going to try to put up some clips of me trying to go to the top of Point Hope, throwing down 2 pieces of evidence collecting devices, and then going back down to the truck and quote unquote grabbing more evidence pieces, because that's what a single player Phasmo player would have to endure every once in a while if that ghost is at the top of Point Hope. And as you can tell, it takes a while for that player to go up all those stairs, all the way back down, back to the truck, just to grab some more pieces of evidence collecting devices. And don't forget, this is a small map. This is labeled as a small map, and it took almost over 2 minutes to complete that. Just that one journey, by the way. One journey took 2 minutes. I'm going to try to put some more videos on screen of me doing the exact same thing, trying to get to the farthest point in every single map and making it back out to the truck on different size maps. I did this on Tanglewood, Willow, Maple Lodge, and even like Sunny Meadows. They're all going to be on screen somewhere. They're going to be labeled. They're probably going to be sped up in about 4 times just because I don't want this video to go on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And the one that shocked me the most, was Sunny Meadows. Here is me doing a Sunny Meadows run, basically, going to the farthest point of the map. For me personally, you walk in, go left, down the stairs, all the way to the back, up the stairs, back up, and then out. and it was faster than going on one trip on a small map. So yeah, that kind of wraps up my entire segment on the map size. Like I said, the map is too big to be labeled as a small map. I wish they would at least move it to medium, if not even a large map. Yes, there's only 10 floors, 16 rooms. That's relatively small, or I would say that's actually more medium, to be honest. But it's not as small as Tanglewood, Willow, or as accessible as those maps. The next thing I want to get into is ghost hunting on this map just sucks. It really just sucks. I've already kind of explained this earlier, but the audio issues on this map is atrocious. They did this thing, I think, right after the rework, like last year's rework, where like audio levels are not consistent between floors or something like that. So like a ghost upstairs is like super, super, super quiet, borderline unhearable. Your flashlight won't flicker, your cameras won't flicker, nothing like that. So it's like there's a ghost right above you, but there's a chance that you don't know that, which makes it very, very determined if a ghost is even coming down the staircase at you until it's too late. So not only is surviving and trying to find the ghost a chore on this map, they also limit your ghost finding capabilities as well with the paramics. The paramics are an equipment where there's 3 different tiers: tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. But tier 3 are the only ones that are able to pick up the ghost sounds from multiple floors above or below. Tier 2, you can't determine where the ghost is because the paramic doesn't go through floors, sadly. Only the tier 3 ones do. And this is kind of getting back to that map size or whatever, but even the tier 1 and tier 2 are viable on big maps like Prison and Sunny Meadow and High School, where, you know, there's only 2 floors. So if you can kind of like scan around during a hunt, you're like, hey, there's nothing above me, maybe let's just try a floor below, and then you'll be able to, you know, use that tier 2 parabolic the way it's kind of supposed to be intended. Also, for my no evidence players, the map is also extremely, extremely difficult as well, especially when you're trying to determine ghost speeds, ghost blinks, stuff like that. Especially if it's near that top portion, that middle top portion, I should say, where it's just like those 3 rooms that are stacked on top of each other, that have very narrow hallways and long staircases, because it's really hard to get a good look at blink patterns or even determine ghost speed because the audio is changing as you run down the stairs and the ghost is chasing you. And that doesn't even include like the line of sight speed up and everything like that. So unless the ghost is on those bottom like 3 floors, no evidence is extremely, extremely difficult unless it is a very clear Revenant, very clear Hantu, or if you get like an Lucky Obake. And now we're gonna get onto some of the bugs on the map. They're not. Some of them are bugs. Some of them are features on the map, which I just kind of dislike. One of the main bugs that I run into is getting stuck on the staircases. The staircases in this map, for some reason, you just get stuck on. Right? If you go along the right side of basically any staircase, like if you're running up the stairs, and you like, I like to hug the walls. Right? I hug walls when I run. And for some reason you just get stuck on the staircase. Like I don't know what causes it or whatever, but sometimes you have to like stop, like especially if you're being chased by a ghost or whatever, like that instant stop, especially if you started sprinting because you only have a limited sprint. So you wasted your sprint being stuck on a staircase. It just sucks. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. And this has been a bug in the game since the map release, from my knowledge. So kind of upsetting that this bug has been in the game this long, especially when it can literally change the outcome of a game. This bug or feature is a little bit more niche, I would say. This isn't as big as an issue as I'm making it seem. But the power box, honestly, the fuse box being right next to like the ends of staircases or even on the staircases, depending on where it spawns. Obviously, this is, like I said, this is a lot more niche. This only happens maybe once out of 20 games on Point and Hope, where the fuse box will spawn right next to the staircase. And if that door is open on that power box has a hitbox. Funny enough, that door on that power box is a hitbox. So you could be running up the stairs and you only have a little gap to get between the stairs railing in that fuse box, or not, you're gonna get caught on that fuse box's door, and then you just get stuck once again because that it has a hitbox. It's like running into a wall. Like I said, that's a lot more niche. I've only died about like twice to that in my 800 hours of playing or whatever. But it's kind of an annoying feature. Maybe we move the fuse boxes off that right wall. Maybe put them inside the rooms actually, instead of just like having them on that wall. To try to prevent that issue from happening. And I think the last bug I'm going to wrap this entire video up with is going to be the one where the ghost kills you through staircases. Especially on those top levels, like that very top level where the actual light sits. That little spinny one at the very top, hopefully like right next to the workshop. It looks like workshop anyway. The ghost can just grab you through those. Like, even if it's on like the top part of that staircase, if you're just like anywhere near that staircase, it is not completely safe. I have died multiple times from the not being able to hear the ghost because of all the cranking that's going on up there. The ghost is visible for about like a second and a half, and then you just die because it just grabs you through the staircase. So yeah, just to wrap up this video, basically, I think Point Hope is the worst map in the game. I wish they would rework it. I have some great rework ideas, to be honest. I'm going to try to draw up some right here on stream. I've actually drew up some on stream, to be funny enough, and these are some of the images that I've came up with of like how they can make it more unique in a sense. Maybe make it more like Maple Lodge, where it's like a lighthouse, a boat, stuff like that. Like all the videos, like all the all the screenshots are gonna be here on stream. I'm not gonna try to explain which each thing means in this video, but yeah, that's really it. I think my biggest complaint about Point Hope is the map size. I really think that if it was labeled as a medium or large map and the incentive to play it was more, or the incentive to play it was better, then we might have an argument, you know, that it's like okay map or whatever. But the fact that it's labeled as a small map, which is the same as Tanglewood and Willow, two great maps that people love playing on, you get the exact same amount of money for playing on all three of those maps. It's like, why would anybody play Point Hope over Tanglewood? Let's be honest. But yeah, guys, anyways, my name has been Meek. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully y'all learned something about, you know, Point Hope. Maybe you didn't know. What are your opinions about Point Hope? Put them down below. If you like the video, make sure you like. If you dislike, make sure you dislike. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to try to upload a little more content like this, hopefully weekly, to be honest. That's my new goal for the New Year's is, you know, eat weekly or at least bi-weekly content on the channel. But I hope you have a great day, everybody, and I'll talk to you all in the next video. Bye, everybody.